We're going on an M&K Amazing Adventure.
Is that what they're called now? Trademark? M&K Adventure? M&K Amazing Adventure?
Yes, M&K hit the Bahamas.
Whiskey, after departure, I'll leave it up to you. Left or right turn out is approved, and I checked climbing through 4,500 feet overhead before turning southbound. Though that's all approved. Wind 2007. Clear takeoff runway 12.
Clear takeoff runway 12. I'll do a right turn and then climb up.
Roger.
Alright, pressure's good. Good.
Hotel Zulu Dual Tower, wind 2106, clear touch and go runway 12.
RPM,
Clear touch and go 128. Hotel Zulu.
Airspeed's alive.
After months of planning, the big day was finally here, and we were off to the Bahamas. The first leg would see us climb high over the Oshawa airport, and then do a short hop over Lake Ontario to Buffalo.
Positive climb, you're up.
To clear customs into the US before going on to Florida.
Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, Oshawa Tower. Check your climbing through or out of the zone vertically. If you would like flight following, contact Toronto 133.4.
Over to Toronto, thanks. Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Hotel Zulu Juliet Tower.
Toronto Center, it's Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, Toronto.
Toronto Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey is overhead Oshawa at 3,100, climbing 5,500, going to be heading south to Buffalo on VFR flight plan, request flight following.
Charlie Fox Whiskey, roger, identified VFR at all times, the area altimeter 3017.
3017, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
It was a very smooth takeoff.
Ah, thank you.
I fell asleep.
Yes, I noticed.
Did you? There's something about takeoff that's like...
And it's really warm, very sunny. You want to tell the good people what we're doing?
No, the camera was pointed it towards you. Oh, darn, really? So it caught me sleeping?
Yeah, well, you have your sunglasses on. It's not like anybody can see. And I'm not going to publish that.
Good. It was such a smooth takeoff that my wife fell asleep.
Which is a nice thing. Compliment to you, to me, and to you.
I'm not sure it's a compliment to me.
Means you're very calm about flying.
Oh, yeah. Good to know. I went from frowny to sleepy. Maybe I'll go through all the 7 dwarfs.
And Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, Toronto, there's active military area just off your 10 o'clock position over the water there, no temp 4,000 up to the moon there. So if you can, fly heading at 190 till advised. I'll advise when you can make the turn for Buffalo.
Roger, thanks, I will do that. And try not to climb over the moon.
Military?
The U.S. has a lot of military airspace. And it's not always active, but you gotta be careful.
Really?
See all this pink outlined here? That's military. And air traffic control will usually tell you when it's active. Alright, we are now out of gliding distance to land. This is what it's going to be like crossing over to the Bahamas, but a lot warmer. And we'll be 3,000 feet higher. That's the plan.
Why? Why do we want to be higher?
Give us more gliding distance. Greater chance of getting to land.
Oh. Harder to see coral.
Yes, I mean, on
There's
the
a
main
balance.
crossing, we will be that high. Once we actually get to the islands, then we'll go down, because then we're close to land.
Got it.
And Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, you're clear of the airspace, resume normal navigation, and Buffalo approach is 126.5.
126.5, thanks. Have a good day, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey. Buffalo approach, this is Charlie Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, Buffalo approach, altimeter 3013, say request.
3013, currently on a VFR flight plan to Buffalo, just north of Lake Ontario shoreline. Looking for a full stop landing in Buffalo.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, radar contact 15 miles north of Niagara Airport. Say again your destination and type of aircraft.
On a VFR flight plan to KBUF Buffalo, and it's a Beach 24.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, expect a straight in runway 14.
Expect straight in 14, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, Buffalo Airport, 11 o'clock, 10 miles.
Airport inside, thanks, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Remember Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, because remember Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, contact Buffalo Tower 120.5.
Over to Buffalo 120.5, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey. Oshawa Tower, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, Buffalo Tower, runway 14, continue.
Runway 14, continue.
And Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, you're going to be full stop?
Full stop and heading to TAC Air.
Roger that. And Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, runway 14, clear to land, wind 0906.
Clear to land, runway 14, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
No, which one's which?
We are heading towards 14 now.
Have to look it up beforehand to know what 14 is?
14 is the magnetic direction. 140. That's how they're numbered.
Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, if you can, turn left at Quebec into the ramp.
Left to Quebec, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey. Buffalo ground, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey on Quebec, request taxi to TAC Air.
And Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, you can proceed straight in on Quebec into the TAC Air ramp.
Straight in on Quebec, thanks, Charlie Fox Whiskey.
Clearing customs was quick and easy, with the agent coming out to the plane and passing us along in no more than a minute. After a quick top-up of fuel at TAC Air, and some guidance from the weather briefers on navigating the clouds over the mountains, we were on our way to Charlotte, which at nearly 4 hours would be our longest flight yet.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, Buffalo Tower, wind 040 at 7, runway 14, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 14, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
With low clouds blanketing the Appalachians, we decided we'd stay west of the hills, down as far as Roanoke, where there was supposedly a break in the clouds where we could cut across the mountains before making our way down to Charlotte.
Look how huge this runway is.
Yeah, that's quite long. This reminds me, can I talk?
Yep.
It reminds me of a little bit of the Anthropocene exhibit that we saw at the ROM or the AGO.
Okay.
And just the mark that humans have left behind on the planet. And
what in particular?
Housing complexes.
Yeah.
You know, just how everything is laid out, farmland.
Yeah.
how the trees are planted, and there's patterns to it, right?
Yep.
It's all like repetitive patterns. It makes it really interesting.
Well, this is the highest you've ever been.
How high are we?
We are at 6,000, almost 200 feet. We're going up to 6,500.
That's high.
Yep. That is also the highest I've been, but I've been there once before.
When? Flying to Philly?
On the way back from Philly. Very briefly. I was trying to avoid some turbulence. I avoided the turbulence, but then I hit like a 30-knot headwind. I was like, okay, I'll put up with the turbulence. That's a pretty river, or a lake. What is that? Lake. Quaker Lake. Quaker? Are we already in Pennsylvania? I guess we are.
We're going on an M&K Amazing Adventure.
Is that what they're called now? Trademark? M&K Adventure? M&K Amazing Adventure?
Yes, M&K hit the Bahamas.
I like that. That is where we're going. We're on our way to the Bahamas finally after months of planning. We are currently 6,500 feet above Pennsylvania, Quaker Lake. Got about 3.5 more hours to get to Charlotte, North Carolina. And we're going to spend the night there. And then tomorrow morning we go down to Savannah. Stop for lunch, if all goes well, if the weather cooperates. Stop for lunch. And then on to Florida. We're stopping at Fort Pierce for...
639, clear direct to the Stent intersection.
Directly to Stent, executive 639, thanks.
We're going to spend the night, Friday night at Fort Pierce. And talk to the FBO there about the flight over to the Bahamas. Just make sure I've got all the details right for the passage, for customs in Bahama and everything else. And then Saturday...
391, descend of file discretion, maintain 11,000.
Discretion 11,000 for executive 3.
Saturday about noon, we'll make the crossing over. For now, we're embarking on our longest flights ever, by far. We'll see how long we last before we need to stop for a break.
Have snacks.
We have
We're
snacks.
okay.
We got lots of snacks.
We have audiobooks.
Yeah, on podcasts. I got my hardcore history. Got a new one out now.
Oh. I don't think you're allowed to listen, though. You're supposed to pay attention.
Yeah, because I just put this thing on, and it mutes the audiobook or the whatever I'm listening to whenever there's something coming in over the radio.
I know. And then you're distracted. That's really pretty.
It really is. The entire flight down to Philadelphia and back again, for 90% of the flight, that's pretty much all I said was, wow, this is really pretty. What is that? That's like a perfectly round reservoir down there.
Oh.
Looks like the world's largest swimming pool.
A little bit hard to see over the dash, but I got a glimpse of it.
See it?
Yeah. Where the meteorite landed.
Yeah. Cleveland Center, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey on 12672. Johnson approach, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey 6500. Pittsburgh approach, this is Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey 5000 feet.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, contact Washington Center on 128.6.
Over to Washington, 128.6. Thank you, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, contact Roanoke approach 126.9er.
Over to Roanoke, 1269. Thanks, Charlie Fox Whiskey.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, are you descending for VFR?
Affirmative. I think I'm good here now, 5000 for now.
You're going to stay at 5,000?
For now, affirmative.
Roger.
Charlie Golf Foxtrot, correction, Charlie Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey. Lenore Airport's 12 o'clock and 10 miles. Radar services terminated. Squawk 1200. Change to advisory frequency is approved. Have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good night, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey. Wind road traffic to Beach 24 Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, 9 miles north of the field, inbound for full stop landing. Looking for a runway advisory, runway in use. That in there. I think that's in there.
Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, are you going straight in?
Waiting to see if it's going to be too disruptive. Looks like there's a few in the pattern.
4 downwind for 24, Brad.
Alright, I'm going to cross to the east of the field and then join a mid-left downwind runway 23. Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Appreciate it.
Monroe traffic, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, 2 miles southeast of the field, turning around to join mid-left downwind runway 23. Expect joining midfield in 1 minute. I'm on Monroe traffic, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, turning final runway 23. Road traffic, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey is down, clear the active runway. Good evening, this is the pilot of Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey. I just landed. I'm looking for a place to park for the night.
With the late start we got to the day, Charlotte was as far as we could get before calling it a night. So we tucked away the plane at Charlotte Monroe Airport, which I'd highly recommend for anyone looking for a stopover. We got a ride over to the Fairfield Inn nearby and walked over to an amazing little Mexican restaurant. By total coincidence, it happened to be Cinqo de Mayo. Join us in the next video as we try to avoid storms on the way down to Florida. We're stuck here in Charlotte right now. Clouds are a little bit low to get out. It's kind of frustrating because if we could get 20 miles south that way, I think we'd be in the clear from what I've seen, but it's getting 20 miles south. If you liked the video, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and until next time, fly safe. It is getting better, but it might be a while still.